Good evening and welcome to the Sniper's Nest. Tonight we are going to be starting things off a little bit differently. We are going to be having a look at the Devblog at 26 for Scrap Mechanic. So I've never did one of these before. I have had a look at Devblogs in the past, but I've never really done anything with it. But tonight we are going to have a look because they have some very interesting information. So, when we start off, we can have a look at the title that they've put up, or the title image. Okay, this is decided it's not going to allow my cursor to show in here for some reason. Wait, bear with me. Okay, you should now be able to see my cursor, or not. Yes, still working. You just can't see me pointing at things, which is a little bit unfortunate. But anyway, so we can see straight away we have what looks like a new biome. We are going to have some sort of ice biome in here. So that's a good start. I do apologise if you're over on YouTube. My part of my setup has just decided to shit its pants, and I cannot view your comments. So if you want to give me any insight or information, jump over to Twitch. You can find me there at the exact same name. Do you know what I may just do? I may just actually set up another device horrifically and view my own stream with audio off, just so that I can see if any's comments. Let's have a nosy. Live. There we go. So now I can see if any's chat to me on there. It's a pain in the backside, but it is a necessity. Now, well, I can continue having our little look-see, and well, we can see that we've got a nice new ice, what looks like a new ice biome. I'm not seeing anything else tucked away in the background here at the moment. But anyway, without further ado, we've got high mechanics. It's good to be back with another devlog. Where should we start? Let's address the big question first. Now, the survival chapter came out back in 2020 during the period of time that we're not actually allowed to mention on YouTube because no idea. But it seems to be a thing we refer to pre 2020 as the before times. I don't know why. But anyway, where is the next chapter? Yes, we've been waiting 5 years. Oh, supposedly it's coming along. It's not been without challenges. Well, you are planning. Oh, yes, the underground digging gameplay. Anybody that's familiar with Scrap Mechanic has seen some of this in the past. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to view any of that because they mentioned the word gun, and that sends UK filters into panic attack. But they're they're expecting it. So, but what it wasn't meeting the quality bar we expect from Scrap Mechanic. Let's be honest. Sometimes the physics. I know they made their own engine for the physics, but sometimes it's very, very like why, especially with things like what's it, suspension glitches. If you if you do them intentionally, they're absolutely great. If you do them by accident, oh my god, they can be interesting. But once we reach, so they have got it finished. They have got the underground. Just looking at the language, which we can see once we reach the version. So that is good language for them to use. They've had to optimize, very heavily optimize it so that it can work in a large underground world. So that's good to know. Yes. So basically, with that meant more iteration and testing than originally planned. Is I believe Dev talk for we fucked about and we found out. We could have made the development easier for ourselves by lowering the bar. No, I'm glad that you didn't because lowering the bar is not what you want to do because that sets a bad precedent. You care about making everything feel solid and fresh, and make it worth the wait. Yeah, no offense. There's other games that have been announced, went through early access, and been fully released in a year. Scrap Mechanic, you have been in early access for, I think, in the region of 10 years. It's been a while. So when's it coming out? Not this year. Now, bear in mind, this devlog was released just before Christmas. So I'm pretty sure with just over a week to go, they knew it wasn't coming out 2025. So the release date will be announced in the coming months. You will look forward to me making happy noises when they announce that. And insert I did my waiting meme here. Let's have a look at the new stuff. So they've got new survival terrain. It looks. I see there's this phone box. Go and tell me this does it looks like a phone box, but it's new. And I'm blind, so I can't actually see if it's anything. It looks like a bot of some description. Maybe an information or an internet hub of some type of thing. I'm not seeing anything that's particularly new in the background, so it just looks like still generic trees and shrubs. Corn's there though. We're getting to keep the corn. Corn is good. See, I'm looking at this roadway. The road looks a lot nicer. It's not tilted at a strange angle. Let's have a look what's next. Oh, that is like a proper oil rig now, not an island with an oil rig on it. These ruins here, these maybe have some potential for base usage. Now, with them being out in the middle of the water. I just wish they'd add something for us to actually get about the water because, oh my, trying to keep thrusters fueled is insane. Even a level 5 with the upgraded economy and more power for your fuel, it still takes an absurd amount. It takes an absurd amount of everything to get yourself to a level 5 thruster. And at that, you need more than one. You always need more than one. What's next? Oh, we have this kind of. Yep, we see more of this ice biome in this one. Oh, look, my cursor's back. We can see my cursor. You can see me pointing at things again. There we go. So we can see more of this ice in here. It's maybe a slight change to these trees, but it looks like a good photo. And we have they've added little barriers round about so you don't just accidentally eat yourself into the water. Anybody that's played has done it. If you say you haven't, you're talking shit. Roads look much nicer. I am looking and I'm not seeing them. There's a little bit of a dip. Sorry, I'll bring this up. I see there's like a little bit of a dip there, but that's not too bad. And then these ones down here, these look nice and flat. Oh, the next one's quite interesting. They have added bridges. That's very nice. Have I missed a paragraph up here? Ah, yes, the new survival terrain. Survival terrain has received a really big overhaul, adding all the things we always wanted for the generated survival world. The aim was to create more varied, visually interesting places, beautiful forest roads, bridges, new mountain formations. Oh, I'm looking forward to that because at the moment everything just seems to be a plateau or a hole or a plateau with a hole. There's no in between. Added better desert biomes, so it's not just going to be some like they've just replaced the sand, the grass with sand, and it's just pure generic desert tile. New ruins. Oh, we have secrets. We have added secrets. Can you? Oh yes, we can. Yes, I can highlight things now. Yes, we have secrets. I've not found any secrets on the current one. And making sure the road systems are better and easier to navigate. Is this the? Excuse me. Is this the end of death roads, where there's roads that just go into walls and then there's like a cliff, and then the road's there. It's at the top, but you can't get to it. You've got to find some obscure path to get through it. Oh, they've redesigned the raids. That's interesting. Ah, oh, this is going to mess up so many of the YouTubers and streamers because it used to be right. What we'll do is we'll plant the plot. We'll start planting crops at midnight. That way, with fertilizer, everything has time to grow, and we can harvest it before the raid spawns. This, having a quick read through, the the raids more or less start in the airdrop in. They don't just spawn. The airdrop in bots. And from what I can see in this one here, I can't freeze frame it. There are tape bots. I see tape bots and tape bots. So it's not just basic bitch, basic bitch, basic bitch, basic bitch. Here, have everything the game has. It seems that they've made it so that there's more of a curve to it. It's not binary. This is an easy raid, this is a hard raid. And then you get to crazy raids where there's multiple farm bots, multiples of tape bots. Yes, in the next little GIF image, we are seeing the new one. We see the Spicy Boy robot, as we can see that stack of explosives. Still got hay bots, still got tote bots, but there's also appears to be an army of tape bots. And judging by I don't know if they're playing it in God mode or some form of invulnerability, but you're seeing that they are taking hits and they're not dying. So there may be armor. They may have added a body armor system. Would be nice because sorry, getting gobbed twice with bits of tape and you did is less than ideal. Next up, we have they've finally given us some bleeding grenades or cornades. So there's no more run away when there's more than one tape bot. You will have something that go boom. I dare say the crafting resources may be bit a bit of an issue for that. Excuse me, I appear to have a very gummy throat this evening. So looks like it's based on the World War II kind of stick grenade pattern, only they've put a pull tab in the top rather than a pull tab at the bottom here. But yeah, it looks like a stick grenade. And we have some gifs of them using it. Boom. Right. So here's the first gif. It goes boom. It turns into popcorn. Of course it does. Now, we get a rough idea there because we see that it lands here and it still takes out this top bot as well. So we can get a rough idea of the size of the explosion. And I think it is fairly big. It may need some balancing if it's too big. I wonder what the damage output is. Now that's a question. What is the damage output? Next up, oh, this is a good. We can throw a grenade at the ground and then scalp it with a hammer. So we can play hot potato if there's a way to change the fuse. What if we can do that with our own project? If we can do that with our own, does this mean that we can hit tape back? Now that's a question. And next up is just another watch it go boom. Now we see that it takes out the rear tote bot, but not this one. So I think it's maybe a 16 block diameter circle. I think that would be a good size for the explosion. It might be a little small, but they are grenades. There may be variants of the grenade added at a later date. This one, it's not going to affect 90% of players, but for the budding modders and developers and genius and other geniusy people, this is quite an interesting thing. Now, from what I understand, before this spool, let me get it into a better thing. This spool would essentially just have been a cylinder, not two discs and a cylinder. It would have been one solid cylinder. So to try and roll it along a rail like what they've got here would have been impossible without just sitting it on the top. But now they've made it so that everything is kind of shrink wrapped. So what you see is what the shape is. It would be interesting to see how the game engine handles this because this is going to increase the amount of collisions, which is going to increase the amount of demand and resources on the computers. At the same time, computers have come a long, long, long way in the past 10 years. Because I believe you still look at the minimum requirements to play Scrap Mechanic, it looks like you could play it on a potato. Whereas, in fact, over the course of time, the minimum requirements, while they've not been changed on Steam, in order to do anything kind of half robust or make any sizable vehicle, you need a fairly powerful machine, a fairly powerful computer. Anyway, let's go to the next one, and we can make grippy claw cranes. Now, I always thought about making one of these, but getting any type a crane arm to work in Scrap Mechanic has always been a bit difficult. Like even looking at this vehicle, you can see it's six-wheel drive, but two of the wheels have to be have to be massive outriggers. And I know why, because if this thing drives over even a slight slope, it's tall, it's skinny, it will fall over. But that's Scrap Mechanic. But I believe I am also seeing up there, is that a different type of seat? Because that looks more like a control stick. Is that a control stick rather than a regular seat? Again, my eyesight ain't great. I think my phone, the screen that while I've got this blown up so you can see it, it'll be absolutely massive. It is genuinely from here to here is about 6 inches, if that much, maybe 5 inches. on my screen because I don't know why they don't give us a zoom ability. Can it? Can it? No, I can't zoom. I tried. Right. Next thing we have is a useful ladder. So rather than making ridiculous, essentially block ladders, we can actually they've just given us a ladder block, which is it's good news. It'll make going up onto buildings and trucks just that bit easier rather than having crazy protrusions so you can climb up. It will take, but I believe it does take a bit of the thought out of when you're building like the tall trucks like I built on my survival series. I believe these would have been really, really nice. These would have been absolutely fantastic to get in and out my truck because, oh my god, it was a pain in the ass. I ended up having to use. Oh, look, they actually mention it up here. The toilet seat. The only way to travel upward in scrap mechanic is to use toilet seats at present. But now they're giving us ladders, so it might make it a little bit different. And we can make fire trucks. See, this thing here, my thought is that's cheap. Rather than fighting your way through the whole ruin, I'm just going to build a ladder. I'm just going to build a truck. And that truck is just going to be a ladder stick. And then we can go to the next one. And it's the same truck. Now, it looks like it just sits on top of the terrain at the base there. Oop, wee spoily. Right, it looks like there is. It just sits on the terrain, so there's no method like trail makers where we can lock to the ground yet. So nothing like that. So, but by the looks of things, it is completely vertical. That's nice. That means we can actually we can climb. Does it also mean we could possibly make deployable ladders? I believe it does. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing. We have freezer and ice blocks. Ice blocks is a very low friction, so rather than making insane things out of the net blocks, we now have ice. My big question is, does the ice melt? Make the mechanic slide on top of it, together with slants, it's possible to build slides. So this is a fuck about block. We can just make, we can do stupid shit. That is the purpose of this block. And it comes with a nice, and tell me, it's just the fridge with a bit on the top and a bit on the bottom. It is just the fridge. But with it having this, it means that looks like the same type of ports that we get on the water tanks and the containers. My question is, are these orange bitties here that again? So we can put water in the top and we can make chests full of ice come out the bottom. Oh no, cruelty to walks. Oh, hit it with a hammer and watch it skate along the ice. You know, the devs must really, really hate walks. Because let's just watch it get. Let's make a thing, but then purposely scalp it with a hammer to showcase the new block. Then we'll do it again. But below things we're playing curling. Because how far can it go? The next thing's a bit more interesting. Because rather than the horrific starting drop, what if they just gave us a freezer and said, "Here, your only method of travel to the first mechanic station. Ye shall slide down Big Hill on a block of ice." It would be interesting to see if there's a way to make this controllable using like pistons or maybe not, in fact, maybe not pistons, maybe a bearing with a microcontroller and then using cactuses to kind of create a kind of surfboard type thing to try and control direction rather than just having to rely on the curvature of the terrain. And I have noticed the mechanic seems to be wearing this attire in every single thing, and they're telling about this. It is the ducky suit. It is a wacky outfit. They even openly say, using the word. Where is it? Where is it? Right, there we go. Wacky outfits. They say it. They say that it's wacky, but it's certainly an interesting outfit. It looks right at home on the edge of the water. And oh, the next thing's going to be a little bit more interesting. Now, we remember in the past they spoke about the trash bots, putting them on the top of the warehouses and saying, "Here, we're going to make this. It's going to be a wee boss fight for you." So it makes the game feel like there's a bit more to it. They have posted a GIF of the trash bot. They've made it certainly a lot different, and it certainly does not look like it is on top of a warehouse. It looks like they've put it in a kind of stadium, and I'm getting, other than a migraine from the uses of colours, it's certainly different. So we've got clearly different colours of attack, different types because we've got the kind of wavy things coming out, but we also have ones that span across those. You know, we've got the jump. And it also means you can't do with this what you do with the farm bot, which is, hey you, and then sat at the edge of the map and just you launch tatties at it. So that's going to make it it's going to make it feel more challenging. It may also make it more fun to bring friends over because it's like, hmm, how many of us can work together to take out the trash bot? Then we've got another attack phase here where we can see it's obviously we can't you can't go right up to its feet and start scalping it with a hammer. Although if it's anything like the farm bot, it's immune to hammer hits. And then they just go on to say that there's a lot more content. I believe. No, that's not that. Right. They just say there's a lot more stuff, but they're saving it for the release. And they wish us a happy holiday and New Year, all that carry on. But we can have a little look in the future to make sure, or well, not make sure, but have a look and see if there are anything that they are going to be updating. Now, it has been received fairly well with, oh, sorry, you can't see that. It has been received fairly well, but it's also the first time they've spoke to us since December 5th, 2024. So it had been over a year, and that was when they gave us the physics and wedge update, so things just kind of worked better. But if I go down into these, we start seeing other things, and then why I'm struggling with things because I refuse to put my identification into the interwebs. Anywho, without further ado, you can now see my face, and we are going to have a little look at challenge mode. Now, I do have to apologise to Arter, what's his name, for I'm absolutely horrific with names. Arter 432. I do have to apologise to him because last year he actually was following me religiously. Every time I was on doing a scrap mechanic stream, there he was. He was in the chat. He was yapping away to me, trying to give me little hints and tips and just try to help me along. I genuinely miss it. That's why I'm deciding I'm coming back to scrap mechanic. But he also said to me, I've made a challenge map and I've called it Facility Escape. And I told him one day, one day I'll play it. And today, it would appear, is that day. I am going to actually load up Arter's. Is it Arthur? Arter's? I am going to load up his Facility Escape. Now, if I hit this button, and it's going to go there. No, right, can. Source. Do, do, game. Resolution. Nope. Right, if I close this and open this, will you do the thing? Why do that to me? Hang on. Scene. Source. Scrap mechanic. End this. Don't know why it's doing this, carry on. But I presume as soon as I load this up, it should fix itself. No. Source. If I hide that. There we go. Just if I hide that, it works. And now we can see that this is by Arter, and I have not touched it. I have done a little bit of these. Now, I will apologise just now. I'm going to hit this button. That way you can see my face and I get all my pretty things back along here. And my border. I like my border. But we can see that we have Facility Escape. Now, if you can excuse me, I do actually have the munchies. And I have had food sat in front of me for the duration of this stream. But I've not eaten it because I've been yapping. So what I'm going to do is I am going to have a little munch. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to have a munch. And then we are going to tackle Facility Escape. If anybody is there and they want to find Arter and give him a poke, tell him to come and have a nosy, or if he even wants to join in, he can find me on Discord. I can have he can talk me through his design process. I would quite like that actually. But in the meantime, I will be back in a few minutes. And I have returned with my belly slightly more full. By the way, anybody in the UK, if you go to Farm Foods, they sell these lovely little things called pizza bites. Orange packet, and they're like little balls of mozzarella with a nice tangy tomato sauce in the centre. Pardon me. And the breadcrumbed. And I'll tell you, they go down really, really nicely. Especially when you're getting the munchies. Now, anyway, what were we doing? We were going to have a look at Arthur. We're just going to call him Arthur. And we're going to have a little nosy at his facility escape. So we have selected challenge. So he's got escape the facility, escape the facility part 2, and escape the facility part 3. So let's, pardon me, without further ado, let's see if we can escape the facility. This has got a lot of elements. Oh, that's loud. Right. So we're on a block. Oh, it's already started. Right. Let's open thing. There's a button. What does that do? That means a thing. What does this do? Oh, no connections. Ah! Fuck! Well, this one. Alex! I have a duck. Nothing else I can see. Let's have a nosy. Right, we've found this. Keyhole batteries in it. We can't touch that. I did hear a bot though. I don't have any weaponry. In a hole. I found the lava. Right, so I need to find a stick. This looks. Let's just load a timer block. Now that's just a hole. That's a hole. Is there any switches anything on here? No. Are there any hammers? Let's go back. Is there anything down the hole? No. There's nothing else I can do in here. Right, this puts the door. What if I was you? Ah! You make this appear. That's what you do. You make a boom. Oh, there's a sneaky switch. There's no connections on it. I've done the ones in here. Is there anything in the back here? No. Anything in the back of this one? No. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Not seeing anything. I've not found any batteries. Now, is there a way that I have totally fudged this? Right, I've found a way here. I can get up into the lava. I can't do anything with this. I can't place the duck. Oh, I did not, however, see this one. Well, cancel worker special. Oh, there's a. Right, I can take that. Have a snooze. Get back up. Damn, there's nothing in the chest. Anything? Ah, so this gives me a map to see everything. Oh shit! That explodes. Who would have thought? The giant missile-shaped thing would explode. This one? That goes up, and that shuts the door. Right. Yeah, cool. Alright. Yes. I have found the feet. I have found a car. Doth the car driveth? Is there a way into the car? Ah, right. It says a wee four-wheel steerer. Have I escaped? I think that's technically called I didn't touch it. Because that gets guy upset. What else have I you? Right, this is also a lavy. That went across there and went kablamo. Did it reveal me anything? Trampoline? Ah, that's a hole. Okay, and I have missed it. Right, so we need to restart. Because I fell down a hole. I just mute there. Take the duck. And stay back, because this goes back. We have learned things explode. Right. Up here. Was the things down this way that I missed? Yes. There were. Mm. Right. Nothing in there. World's shortest nut. Right, I get the feeling that door there opens. Right. So don't go to the holes. The holes kill you. I feel like I have to go through the round hole though. To find my way out. Ah! That was mean. Oh, hang on. Oh, I just lost all my. I lost the ducky. No. Huh. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Ah, I was not at the hole. Why do I get the impression that all of those go kablamo? Yep, they all go blamo. Oh, yes. It makes a hole. Right. Okay, that one. Now, I can see there are a lot of blowy uppy things through there. Right, this is the one that takes me up to the surface. Ah, alright, they're just taps. Okay. What do you open? Alright, this takes me to the summer. Right. Okay. Okay. We're going up. Right, that goes to the exit. That opens a room. That closes the room. That'll open this door. Alright, that's just a cupboard. Okay. That's nothing major. Although nice use of the scalable wedges. Right, so this is just some rando's log cabin. Is that it? Are you taking the piss? We're trying. Right, we can walk. Okay, we have found the satanic ritual. We have spaditos. So we found spuds. We found walks. We found the satellite. We need to do more. Oh, hello. Ah, yes. That's the same chest. Honk. Right. Right. Oh yeah, it's just what everyone keeps under the bed. A couple of severed feet. Right, so this is an exit. Lies and slander, this is not an exit. This might be it. Okay, that is not an exit. It maybe was an exit. Yeah. Ah, it's a computer. Open, open. Type pieces. I genuinely wish I could find whatever was making that horrific noise. Here, yous can now be subjected to it. This horrific noise. Sounds like a helicopter having a bad time. Right. Been through that, been through that. Right. And Sesame. Whoever this is, they had a real thing for ducks. Severed feet and toilet. Oh, sneaky. Oh, we came out of here again. Now let's have a look at this cabin. Open. X marks the spot. Hey. That open. Yes. Gun. 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 It'd be too easy. So, okay. Oh. Is that our stuff? I do appreciate this type of stuff though. That's not want to do that. Conservatory. What, we do have a hammer. That's death. Great. The only thing we've not really inspected is this and this. This looks to be towers. So from what I can see, that does SFA. This has a toilet seat on it. Let's bring that back. Uh, believe that is Clank. How do I push this one? Fine. Oh. This one has no connections now. I think something broke. That's it. That's a hole. I need to start again, don't I? Right. So, we need to try and find, like, so this one, no connection to that, that goes boom. Bang. This, I retrieve my ducky. This one allows me to open the door. I've retrieved my ducky already. That's what the connections. Right. This gets me through here. So I know I need to get the batteries. I need to get the batteries. And then get back here. Right, where did I see? This bit. No, that is not the way of wanting to travel. It's this way. Okay. But one of those. Oh shit! Oh shit! No, cut away there, man. Right, so maybe that spins something on the surface as well. Find out in a minute. Oh, come on, there's one of these rooms has got a contrivance in it. This one. Right, I'm not seeing anything different up top. Is this where? Ah, that's just the way in. Right. There's a hole there as well. Okay. Detonate. People just not appreciate it. Right, is there a way that I can click, click, click? Right, this gets me up to the surface. Through this whole house, there's heat hole in it. Is it a way out of this? Utility. Get out of here. If I open this, that. This one, this one, and here, hammer. This was the old ladders before we got the new ones. Right. So now that looks like it's going the right way now. Now the big question is, do I go down the hole? You know what? I have nothing to lose apart from my sanity. Down the hole we go. I think this is just an area where I was never meant to go. Right, what makes a ridiculous noise. Oh, you can dig with a... I did not know you can dig with a hammer in this one. World's slowest game of Minecraft. Diggy diggy hole. How far down am I? Actually, how far down am I? I'm very much under the impression I have gone the wrong way. I managed to get myself stuck. That's the rock. Of course, I managed to find the one room. Back to just randomly having in a direction and hoping for the best. But it's safe to say I am not very good at escaping. Right, I think I'm just going to reset because it's safe to say okay, so Do I need to come back here with the hammer? Hammer them? That is the big question. Don't need to blow those up. Right. But we have learned something important. That's don't fall through the floor over there because you will have a hard time. I went the wrong fucking way. So that does actually have a bit of depth to it. Okay. That can't be broken. Those are the death signs. Huh. Found this. I'm under the impression this is going to go bang when that timer finishes. Right? Can I get this? That's it. That went fucking bang. Right. Oh, I do have a hammer. And the back down here. Means I can get back down here. Which means, we have learned one lesson from this. Shoot that. Ah, you bastard! Oh, I need to go in the bins. Another bins. Through here, in the hole. That does mean I'll just lose the batteries, though. I need a hammer. Good, this does have an X. I can dig. Don't tell me it is this stupid. Okay. So I dig the hole. Stuck. Can't get out. It's just a pain in the ass. Or I can dig this way. That's where I think it goes. This will go outside quite quickly. There's a shaft. Back to Minecraft and with a bloody hammer. Ah, yes. The Abyss. Off the edge. Oh, don't diggeth the duck. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. So we know that's a big hole. Back up we go again. We know don't go down where the red X is. It's a trap. Always have a hammer though. That's just a lavy. Oh, there are more. Right. Fair enough. Can we... Nope, we can't do that. Can we? That's going to be unreachable. Blow the rock up. I want to find out what makes that noise. I want it. The house. Oh, yes. Yeah, flag. I don't know what that was. I wonder what that did. Oh. What's that? Yeah, that just was that, right. That's cool. I like that. That's spud guns. Does that open that? These are just shafts of death. If I try and bring the truck over here. There's also this, talkie out. Those are explosives. Oh, go and tell me. It's no as easy as that. I need to get this truck over there. I think I'm meant to use that to blow a hole in this fence. Let's see, has he made the trees? At least the tree is cardboard. That's what. Right, can I be a cheeky shit? Okay. I want to go down that hole, I think. Okay. Are you kidding me? I need to get that ball down here. Hey! How the fuck did that end? Oh, shit. I can do that a lot faster. I think I found the cheat. Still need a hammer. Need a hammer, need a hammer, need a hammer. Oh, there's the engine. And I want to get back out here. Ah, there we go. I don't think I did it right. I really don't think I did it right. But I did it. But I believe that's where I'm going to leave it for tonight. I think I may hop on tomorrow evening and I will give the second part of Arthur's facility, see if I can find a way to cheese it. And I will be back tomorrow. Thank you all very much for watching. If you're on Twitch, hit that follow button. If you're over on the YouTube, hit subscribe. And I thank you all. And good night.